Hey, what's going on? Uh, Welcome back. I kind of got a new idea that I kind of want to try out for like maybe like a weekly video type thing, and I'm just gonna do like it's kind of for me too for like a journalish type thing, but I just want to do like a recap every day after the trades, and I'm just gonna put them all together into like one video. So I'll just like do today's is Monday or whatever. I'll just like go over what my thoughts were and like show the chart, show my executions and my P and L and shit, and then I'll just do Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then clip them all together, and then just put it into one video, and then maybe like Friday or like maybe like Saturday or like Friday after trading, I'll do like a recap of the whole week or something like that of just like my thoughts of like a quick run through. I don't know if I'm gonna do that. Maybe I'll just do the recap on Friday and then mush all five of those together and call it. But uh, yeah, I feel like I don't really see people do like they'll do like the individual like days or whatever. But I don't know. I just sometimes it's better like just to have like the weekly outlook. I think than just like click on one video of like one day of something happening. So yeah, that's gonna be the plan. But so by the time I post this, it'll be like Saturday or Sunday, even though it's Monday right now. But yeah, I'm just gonna try it out, see how it goes, see if I like it or whatever. But basically, today I took this long here. Like I'll kind of go through like my idea or whatever. Like Monday, like market open or come to the market. Obviously, I feel like everybody today is like, oh, okay, big gap or whatever. I marked out like just some hourly lows down here of like London session, just in case we looked like we wanted to go lower. But just during the morning session, I mean, we came up, we tried, and then we were pushing lower. I don't like to short into this 15-minute EMA. I feel like the 9:30 to 11, which is what I trade, like I feel like those hours, the 15-minute EMA is normally relatively respected from what I've experienced. So I don't want to short any of this. So I wasn't even really tempted here. I wanted longs, but I just like, especially like, well, we go down, we get eaten up. We go down, we get eaten up. Like it just didn't feel like to me that we wanted to continue short to these. I thought maybe we'd get to the VWAP. That's what this white line is, and then continue up from there. But um, yeah, I didn't. Then we were just chopping like 9:30 all the way till like fucking 10:30 whatever. It's like I don't want to get long. I don't know what the deal is with this candle. Sometimes it fucks up, but it's like I don't want to get long. Like Mike normally, like me or whatever, normally, like I'm trying to be more patient or whatever, but I'd be like, oh, we're breaking out. Maybe get long here. But it's like, dude, we're still in this like range of chop or whatever. So I was trying to be more patient, which I was. I'm like, okay, I want to see at least a break of this and then a hold above this and then a go. This I didn't really like, and then we got this push, and I'm like, okay, we're above it. This is nice now. Like we still have these targets up here, so I'm okay taking a trade. Which I don't want to trade to the target, even though we did hit it, because I suck at trading to targets. So I'm just going for like my 1-to-1s and just making sure there is a target up there that we can go to. I don't need the whole fucking move. I've tried to get the whole move plenty of times. I've just gotten burnt over and over. Who knows? Maybe eventually someday in the future, but for now, I just want to get the wins. I think if I know the market a little bit better than a 50-50 coin flip, then it'll help me get some payouts or whatever, which is what I need. So basically, we get these pullbacks, or we get this push up. We get like, I've been trying to look at gaps a little bit more from some guy I've been watching or whatever. And he's like, oh, like normally you want to see like a retrace into like a 5-minute gap or whatever. And I figured this was close enough. We retraced into this gap here, and then like we almost hit that one. We didn't, but I was like, if we get a strong push, that was our strong push, breaking out of this bull flag too or whatever. And then, well, this isn't actually, this is what it was originally, was a 1-to-1. And then kind of as we pushed up, like we pulled all the way up here, I was like, okay, I'll mitigate a little bit. And I think I went to like here first, and then like as we continued higher, I like mitigated to here. We came all the way back, and then once we got up here, I ended up going, or I think once we got like right back up here, I ended up going break even. But I'm just trying to, like, even though I'm risking a 1-to-1, I'm trying to like dynamically adjust myself. Like this is kind of how I would get like a better R, even though in the beginning I'm risking 500, and then it's like if it goes against me, I'm just gonna let it go against me and let it play out. But if it goes up, I kind of like ride this 21 EMA of like I want my stop to be below that or whatever, like below the EMA, so I want to give it room to breathe. Like hence, I mean, if I waited for that, I would have been stopped out or whatever. But so yeah, just trying to maybe trail like not like so I could still take a loss here, but it'd be like a smaller loss. And like if we come all the way back down here after being up here, I probably don't want to be in the trade because it doesn't look like we want to go higher. But we ended up hitting TP here, which is good. After it missed me by fucking 2 points and pulled all the way back to break even, but yeah, and then I just don't want to be the person who like shows the trade and then doesn't show, like, because everybody, I don't know, like I don't even trust people half the time because I sit there and I just see, oh fuck, they're just like, oh yeah, this is what I took, and they just show this with no executions and shit, and it's just so hard to believe. So it's just for your sake and my sake, I like this is my execution on that, and then that's where we exited. As soon as I entered, I had like one more Tradeify account from last week that didn't get blown, and I didn't realize how close it was. So basically, when I entered on this, we pulled back a little bit, and that blew like instantly, pretty much. And yeah, so these are fundeds or whatever, and then these are evals. So I just trade double size on the evals to try to pass them quicker. But so I don't know why, like so much slippage or whatever, because it was 50 points with 5 micros, so it should be 500 on the dot. But yeah. Yeah, that's about it. It's a good Monday. Happy with it. I'm just gonna try to continue it into the week, and if I'm just trying to be patient. If I don't see a trade, don't take a trade. It's like I only need to fucking make an hour or two a week, and if that, like, even that's 1 hour a week, honestly, would be nice. If I can make $500 a week, if you're at the buffer, you make $500 a week for 4 weeks or 1 month. It's $2,000. You get to take out a max payout of whatever it is. So that's kind of the plan. But yeah, do I think the trade was good? That's probably the last thing I want to go over on this day. It's like, do I think the trade was good? Yeah, I do. Like, we were extending. I just think it was a really good idea for a gap fill or whatever. Especially once we got back above that. Like, if I was in here and we won, I don't think, like, even though this worked out, I don't think that's a great trade. Up here, I think it's a good trade. I just don't know if momentum was as good. I mean, it was later in the day than a trade I normally take. Normally, I don't trade after 11, but it was right around there. That's the only thing. Like, I mean, technically, we didn't pull into the scat, but we pulled into this one, so I was okay with it. And then, yeah, just the push-up, I don't know. Because, like, we didn't just straight run, which obviously is not always going to happen, but I think I managed it well with my trailing. I didn't like do it panically or anything. I like strategically like moved it up as we went, trying to mitigate some risk. So, Jesus, we're pumping right now, aren't we? Jesus Christ. But yeah, that's all I got. And I guess on to Tuesday. Jesus, these might be long. I don't know. That was 9 minutes, or probably like 7. Oh God. Yeah, we'll end up seeing. But all right. So Tuesday. Today's Tuesday. So I took a loss here. My bias going into the day, I was long bias, but like obviously I can see either way or whatever. But I just thought longs were more probable in the beginning of the day before we started or whatever. I knew we had this 4-hour gap down here that I thought was a decent target and like some lows, and then up here we kind of had like these stacked highs or whatever that looked like they could be doable. So I thought this looked more realistic, but as the day started, it just looked, we started breaking below like the 15-minute EMA, like rejecting or whatever, and I was like, okay, looks like we want to go to these lows. And yeah, I was just waiting, got a pullback, started rejecting off the like 5-minute or whatever. We pulled back into this gap here, started pushing lower in this like bear flag too. So I entered on like what seemed to be like a good push from this to this, and then my target was just a 1-to-1. This I took 4 micros, so my stop could be here, and I dragged it down, so I was probably risking like 480 or something like that. And then as we like pushed lower, I was like, okay, we're getting close. And then I still had it all the way up here, and then I had the pullback, and then we had the push lower, and then I was like, okay, I need to mitigate some, so I just dragged it to like the top of this 1-minute gap. And then we broke the low, we just couldn't get any lower. I guess we didn't want to go here, and turns out this is the fucking, I mean, we're just going to go fucking straight to these highs now, I guess, or whatever, so I got trapped. I mean, I don't know. Like the problem is it's so hard. I don't want to like react too much off of just a 1 minute candle. I'm like getting out. It's just like okay, it's in my favor. Like we're in the green. Just let it do its thing. But the problem, like, it's so hard to be like follow your rules and then also use discretion because if it works out, then you broke your rules. But if it does, like, or if it doesn't work out, you broke your rules. But if it did work out, then you were just using discretion, and it's a good thing. Like, so it's like all right. But I feel like I've seen this so often where like it'll break the low and then just like fucking wicked and then just start leaving and then I'm like even right there I was like please God don't do this, don't fucking come within 6 points of my take profit, and then I watch it come all the way back and so I got stepped out for like whatever that is, so not even half of 50 points, so I probably lost like I think like 200 or 190, or I'll show you, this is the execution, so yeah, like 150, I think this is a leader account's like 180. I copy trade these with double size. And the problem is now it's like, so I lose double size on this, and I was also up double, so I was probably up like $800 down here. But, and then it goes all the way back, so it's like $1,100 pullback in these accounts, like, because it's a trailing drawdown, which sucks to pass, so just makes you like want to trade differently. But I'm like, all right, it's just a fucking account. I just got to trade it the same as I would if it was a cash or like a if I was funded and whatever, it wouldn't matter. But and then yeah, we just started ripping, and I was like, okay, this is gonna be bottom, and then things started looking good. And then these were my entries for. I just took a trade in my cash account, just made like $500, just a 1-to-1. I'm just like trying to mitigate my risk as we go. Like if we just pull directly against me, I'm gonna lose the full thing. But if we start going in profit, I try to like pick places where I can like kind of mitigate risk if we are to pull back, kind of like how I did with this one, where I'm like, okay, like yeah, I don't want because I'm like I don't want to go break even. We have this EMA here, we have this gap that we could like tap into if we wanted to go down. So like I want to give it some room, but I also want to try to mitigate risk if it's so close or like starts going into my favor. So that's kind of what I did here. I was like 50 points was like here, and then I just like mitigated up to here or whatever, which didn't end up affecting it. But yeah, I wanted to get in on like this push here because I've just seen this so many times of like, okay, we sweep the bottom here and then we have a good push up, especially even buy view up in this EMA. We have like a little pullback and then a strong push, and then we literally just run. I was gonna hold to here, I swear to God, because I feel like I've seen this so many times, and these are such good targets. But I was like, I'm just gonna stick with my 1-to-1s for now. I'm just trying to gain some confidence. And yeah, I wanted to get in here, but I wasn't signed into my account, so then I had to sign it because I was like, oh, it looks good, like because I was just kind of devastated still of like this pulling back, and then I was like, honestly, this looks really good for longs, 15 minute or like, 15 minute had like flipped or whatever and stuff like that. I'm like, it just looks like we're like that's the low or whatever, and then I just waited for this like. I tried to get in here, but I wasn't signed in, and then I signed in, and then it was like up here, and then I just waited for like a pullback and then got in, and then we went. So, I mean, made 500 real dollars and lost 200 fake dollars times however many accounts or whatever. But like, I don't know, just sucks. I think it was a good trade. Like that's the like my bias was long, but I plan out for either direction. It just looked like it was showing me to go lower. I don't know, if I went for 5 micros, but my stop is here, so I went for 4 to be safe, even though I should just fucking keep it here. Just leave it here, because what's the difference if it goes here or here, realistically? Like, if it's already up there, I'm probably just going to get stopped. So if I did 5, hindsight 2020, I'd be in the trade for 3 minutes and I would have fucking bottom ticked it. But, woulda, shoulda, coulda. So, just something to think about. Maybe I'll think about it next time, being like, what, I want to save myself on this many points, and then that makes it so I have to get an extra 50. I have to get an extra 12.5 points, and clearly that bit me today, the 12.5 points. So it is what it is, but we'll move on to tomorrow. So yeah, I just got back from the gym on Friday to edit or like clip all of them together or whatever to put it together, and I realized that Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday my mic was not on, or it said it was on, but it didn't record anything. So, yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna have to do a recap of Wednesday and Thursday and Friday right now. Unfortunately, I can only show executions from today because they're gone, obviously, from Wednesday and Thursday. So you're just gonna have to take my word for it. But so today was my first green week of the year. I mean, I blew my accounts on Wednesday, so it's funny to say green week. But overall, the trades, if I had just had like fundeds or whatever and was trading regular size and didn't have like to deal with the big trailing drawdown and stuff, I would have had my first green week of the year, which is so sad because it just shows I've been getting absolutely wrecked and being an idiot. But yeah, so Wednesday I lost, Thursday I won, Friday I won. But we'll just go over. So Friday. Today, I was going into the market. We had these highs and these low. Like we 1 hour. We had what this? Where are we? Jesus. Is this right? Yeah, we had this 1 hour high here that I thought we could go to. This 1 hour gap, and then we also had this 4 hour or 1 hour gap and 1 hour gap here. So I was just kind of waiting to see what happened off of open. Maybe more bullish because on the 15-minute EMA we were above. So I was kind of looking for a pullback. I was hoping maybe we'd sweep this and then go higher. But also, when I saw this rejection, you see this rejection, you're like, all right, this low down here, and then we started pushing. I was like, I kind of want to short, but I just saw that I thought maybe we could bounce off this 15-minute EMA. So I was like, I don't really want to short. I'd more maybe just wait and see if we take out that low and then reverse up, which we didn't take out the low, but then we bounced out the 15. We were close enough. We inversed the 1 minute, or like this 1 minute gap, even though I don't really care about that. It was just, we had a nice push up. We're kind of breaking out of this bull flag here. And then, so yeah, I got in, just did my 1-to-1, made $1,000 in my 5 new accounts or whatever. So, here's a execution for it. Entered here, and then yeah, just wrote it up like it was like 54 points or something like that. I was trying to get to maybe like the 32s, I think it was, because that would have been $1,500, which would have been good for my iFund futures. But now I made 500 of them yesterday because I was literally rushing to get them because I blew my accounts right up. So if you go to yesterday, so that was today's trade. So I took that, made $1,000 in the 5 accounts. Yeah, and I just got off the chart. I didn't really care after that. We took out the high, and then, yeah, I didn't really want to do much. Yesterday, I took 2 trades. So this is now Thursday. See, this is the problem because I don't have stuff marked out, and I don't really want to go through and mark shit out now. It kind of sucks. I don't remember targets, but basically, I know I shorted this off of open because I knew I didn't have much drawdown left, so I'm like, okay, if I do blow accounts, I want to be able to maybe take a trade later. So, I don't know. We failed to go higher. I took this short. It would have ended up being a break even, but it stopped me out somewhere in here before it went down. And then since we're at market open, I would like to go break even when I hit this. And then I bought new accounts, and I took like this short here after we were rejecting. Nice rejection off that 15-minute EMA, along with, I think, probably this target maybe is what I had. I believe so. I had like this target here and another target down here. Yeah, that's what it was. And then I don't think I had anything clean that I thought for hires. I marked out, I think. I don't like those internal highs or whatever, or these like pre-market highs. I don't really like to go for those. So I think it was like somewhere up here, and I just didn't think it was as likely. I think that was the bias. And yeah, so I entered short, but my Alpha Future accounts that I had just bought hadn't loaded in yet, only my funded futures, and I only took it on $500, which is like my normal size for a funded account, which I had just blown. So I hadn't been able to. I forgot to switch over to 1,000, so that's why I only made $500. So technically, if everything went swimmingly, I'd be up $2,000 in each, but instead now I only have $1,500 in my funded futures and $1,000 in my Alpha Futures. So whatever, it is what it is. I'll just try to pass them next week and see what happens. But yeah, that was the trade, the 2 trades, the break even, or would have been break even, but, ended up as a loser. And then, yeah, that one. And then Wednesday was a day I blew my accounts. Or no, sorry. Wednesday I took a terrible trade. This was my worst day of the week. I didn't blow the accounts, but I took a terrible trade. I don't know why, honestly. As soon as I got in, I knew it was terrible. I don't know why. This is like the worst trade I've taken in such a long time. I feel like as soon as I got in, I'm like, oh my god. I got in like somewhere here, stop at the low, and we got like initial little bit pop, and then we were sitting at like break even, and I was like, oh my god, this is such a bad trade. I recognized it as soon as I got it, and I'm like, oh my god, it's such a bad trade. And then I'm like, all right, I just need to go, like, and then I was like break even, like up $10, down $50. And I was like, all right, I just need to go back 5 points in profit and I'll go break even. Instead of just getting out of the trade like I fucking should. And then, yeah, we don't get any pop and I just watch it and fucking it goes down $500. And yeah, that was a terrible, terrible trade. This is. I don't remember the bias. I mean, we have these highs up here, but. Yeah, I don't remember what like the gaps were looking like and stuff like that. This is, yeah, I don't know. We had, I don't know what this down here, and yeah, maybe like this high, and those were like the two, or no, and this high, and maybe those were like the two targets or whatever. But yeah, we took what did we take this high out? Yeah, and then maybe I was gonna try to long to this gap, which I know I shouldn't do. I back tested, I think so much on this day, afterwards, or maybe like the day before it or something. I can't remember what I said on Tuesday, but I don't want to go for a. If it hits my first target that I mark out, I don't care if there's another target higher. I don't want to go for it, or if I do want to go for it, I want to be very careful and make sure like I'm definitely not going to treat that like a normal trade, and it would be more of a scalp and like closer to close, closer or like quicker to close, quicker to go break even, quicker to trail, something like that. So ideally, or realistically, I'd probably just stay away, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that was Wednesday. So Monday I made $500. Tuesday I lost like 190 or 180 or whatever on that where I closed it. Wednesday I lost full 500. So and then Thursday won 500 and today won 1,000, but it's they're in evals or whatever. So like if you went on the week and just if it was my normal risk of $500 throughout the entire thing, I would have made 500, made 500, made 500 in 3 of the days. So it would have been plus 1,500, and then I would have lost 500 on that terrible trade that I shouldn't have taken. So I'd be at 1,000, and then I would have lost like 190, call it 200. So I would have made like $800 on the week, which is a great week. If I could just do that every week, I'd be fine. So Jesus, yeah, that was a lot there. Sorry, I was just trying to squeeze everything in. Kind of a fail for the first week of doing this if that happened, but hopefully I recognize it and it won't happen again. But yeah, I think that's all I got. Just trying to run through everything. I don't think I forgot anything. And yeah, if I don't know, you can let me know in the comments if you want to, if you like this or not, or if you'd rather have me do it every day and just do like instead of cutting it and putting them all together, just post it at the end of every single day, the one. But I feel like the kind of like the weekly outlook of like just seeing everything at once and being like, oh, you traded Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and that's what happened throughout the week. It's like easier to watch or whatever. Yeah, let me know if you care. If not, I'll probably just keep doing it this way if I don't get any comments or anything, because Lord knows. But yeah, that's all I got. Enjoy the weekend. Take care.